Recording in progress.
Okay, we'll start. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisance unto him. नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So let's continue with the flow of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we read until verse 12. And you can see the eagerness of these sages, that they are saying all blessings upon you, O Suta Goswami. So this is eagerness, that they are giving blessings, that now you say all these things soon. So blessings upon you indicates the sages' anxiety to know the absolute truth from the speaker. So we read in another group also, Nityananda Charitamrita. We are reading in leadership of our mentor. So we were just discussing the same thing, that there was so many wonderful pastimes of Lord Nityananda were discussed, and how all the villagers were like, drowning into ecstasy, and they were dancing for 3 days in a row without feeling of any hunger or thirst. And they are, climbing on the trees while dancing. Even they are walking on the leaves of the trees and not falling at all. And we were just telling Mataji, this is something like we cannot fathom. It's so amazing. And yeah, Nityananda Mahaprabhu can do anything. Like, he is the expansion of Krishna, Lord Balaram himself. So of course he can make people dance, he can make people drown in ecstasy. And their disposition was also like that they were so eager to get mercy of Nityananda, just like Vrajavasis, that they were so eager that they would leave everything, whatever is at their hands, and they will quickly go to see Krishna. So what has changed that we don't feel that kind of eagerness? If it is, of course, we have to look at practical as well. But I sometimes feel like, in the name of practical, it's like most of the times we are just not able to feel that, urgency. So yeah, anybody wants to say anything about it? What happened that it has changed so much?
I think, Mataji, we are lost in Maya. Like, I don't know, but it doesn't even come naturally that way. You're so much tied in day-to-day Maya activities, I will say. I'm saying Maya because it is like all over the place. Uh, you start with things like work, family, many things here and there. I I think that way.
Yeah, and what is Maya means? Maya, Maya means which is not, right? So
Yeah,
what is,
exactly.
yeah, Maya,
Some
it's not.
illusion that you have to serve to everything. That's kind of like even your work you have to serve, even your family you have to serve, all the
Yes,
expectations you have to serve. So
you are stating the problems definitely, but why there is a root to all this. And as you said correctly, Maya means, but Maya means which is not. So that means we are holding on to false identity, false
mm,
identities.
right,
That's why, and to maintain those identities, we are working very hard, right? So we cannot let it go. We cannot let it go. So some people will just, I mean, they are just, doing bhakti and everything is being taken care by Krishna. So, yeah, of course, until that stage comes, that much conviction comes, until then we have to act as we are acting, but we
mm,
have to intensify our sadhana so that we can completely depend on Krishna, for about everything. So yeah, anyways, that was a contemplation for upcoming Nityanand Trayodashi, that we
mm,
all need to really, really very humbly pray to Lord Nityananda that please show us the way to come to your lotus feet, because that's the perfection of human life. Other things are will shade away, they will fall away as soon as this body is gone. But what will go with soul is the love, if we achieve that, the love of Krishna, right? So that's our goal. Anyway, I'm saying all these things, but I'm also struggling, and I'm just saying what I learned from the senior Vaishnavas. But we all have to aspire to come to that stage. So, anyways, yeah, so this is the anxiety or eagerness topic that churns so many thoughts, that why that eagerness is not there. And only cost to get mercy of the Lord is eagerness, this openness of heart. You see many western devotees, new, they will, like, they do whatever is required, like in time of Prabhupada, to please Prabhupada, they did whatever was required. They even did their jobs and gave complete salary to Prabhupada, and they even went to other countries to establish Krishna consciousness without knowing anything. Just couple went, you know two couples went, Gurudas Prabhu and Yamuna Mataji, and Malti Mataji and Sham Sundar Prabhu, to UK. They went to UK. So anyways, I'm just saying that these are very exemplary devotees, and we can try to think that why are we doing what we are doing, and what is our purpose. Definitely, I mean, some benefit is there when we invest time in all these things, but are our anxieties are lessening or not? Are
mm.
we able to let go more or not? So all those things are for us individual to think about. So anyway, sorry, just churning some thoughts. So let's read 1.1.13. Tannaha. So we have read three questions so far by the sages, and you please make a note what those three questions were. तन्नः शुश्रूषमाणानाम् अर्हस्यङ्गानुवर्णितुं यस्यावतारो भूतानां क्षेमाय च भवाय च तत् those नाह unto us शुश्रूषमाणानां, those who are endeavoring for, arhasi, ought to do it, anga, O Suta Goswami, anuvarnitam, to explain by following in footsteps of previous acharya, yasya, whose, avatarah, incarnation, bhutanam, of the living beings, shemaya, for good, cha, and bhavaya, upliftment, cha, and. O Suta Goswami, we are eager to learn about personality of Godhead and his incarnations. Please explain to us those teachings imparted by various masters, acharyas, For one is uplifted both by speaking them and by hearing them. So, Krishna's pastimes are just like that, all auspicious. Whoever speaks, he gets benefit, and whoever hears, they get benefit as well. So, even the bugs or whatever living entities are around, they all will get benefit. Let's read purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The conditions for hearing the transcendental message of the absolute truth are set forth herein. The first condition is that the audience must be very sincere and eager to hear, and the speaker must be in line of disciplic succession from the recognized acharya. The transcendental message of the Absolute is not understandable by those who are materially absorbed. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, one becomes gradually purified. Therefore, one must be in the chain of disciplic succession and learn the spiritual art of submissive hearing. In the case of Suta Goswami and the sages of Naimisharanya, all these conditions are fulfilled because Srila Suta Goswami is in line of Srila Vyasdev, and the sages of Naimisharanya are all sincere souls who are anxious to learn the truth. Thus, the transcendental topics of Lord Sri Krishna's superhuman activities, his incarnations, his birth, appearance or disappearance, his forms, his names, and so on, are all easily understandable because requirements are fulfilled. Such discourses help all men on the path of spiritual realization. So, these requirements, eagerness and sincerity from the hearer side, and from the speaker side, he should be in disciplic succession. And just repeat the message of disciplic succession. So, when one goes under shelter of one guru, so he gets purified slowly. Otherwise, whoever are materially absorbed, they cannot understand this message, right? Otherwise, Bhagavatam would have been known by everybody by now, right? So that's why we are getting to read. That's our great fortune. Anybody wants to read? Yeah, Prabhu, please go ahead. I'll read the Sanskrit for you. आपन्नः संस्कृतिं घोरां यन्नां विवशो गृणन् ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत यद्बिभेति स्वयं भयम्. Apannah, being entangled, samsmritim, in the hurdle of birth and death, ghoram, too complicated, yat, what, nam, the absolute name, vivashah, unconsciously, granan, chanting, tatah, from that, sadhyah, at once, vimucheta, gets freedom, yat, that which bibheti, fears, swayam, personally, bhayam, fear itself. Very important verse. Yes.
Translation. Living beings who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconscious chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear personified.
Yeah, so here we were talking about this, and you said materially we are absorbed materially or something to that effect. So that means the mash of birth and death actually. But we can get freed by even if we chant unconsciously. That's the mercy of Bhagavatam. It's saying that even if we unconsciously chant, unconsciously means like if somebody is like falling or they are unconscious, falling unconscious, then also they are chanting. Then also that will take effect. That doesn't mean that offensive chanting. Unconsciously is different. Yeah.
Vasudev, O Lord Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, is the supreme controller of everything. There is no one in creation who is not afraid of the rage of the Almighty. Great asuras like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, and others who were very powerful living entities were all killed by the personality of Godhead. And the Almighty Vasudeva has empowered his name with the powers of his personal self. Everything is related to him, and everything has its identity to him. It is stated herein that the name of Krishna is feared even by fear personified. This indicates that the name of Krishna is non-different from Krishna. Therefore, The name of Krishna is so powerful as Lord Krishna himself. There is no difference at all. Anyone, therefore, can take advantage of the holy name of Lord Sri Krishna, even in the midst of the greatest dangers. The transcendental name of Krishna, even though uttered unconsciously, or by force of circumstances, can help one obtain freedom from the hurdle of birth and death.
Hmm. So if you get struck by something suddenly and finger feels extreme pain, then suddenly by somebody's mouth, oh Krishna, like that might come. So it is not like very conscious chanting, it is unconscious, but still the goal, I mean the person has Krishna's remembrance in his heart, right? So that's why it is still.
I think, Mataji, one more thing I would like to share with you.
Yeah.
I was just talking to some youngsters, and they were saying, and they chant like when Maharaj came here. So there were some youngsters here,
Mm-hmm.
and they do the chanting. So I was just talking to them. I was just asking them, like, do you really go into dhyan, like, because you chant so much? So they were like, Prabhuji, don't even think about it. You
Mm-hmm.
just chant. So
Oh,
this
wow.
reminds me of that, because they were saying, like, there's so much of distraction. Maybe we'll never go to that stage of trance, or just like in that dhyan stage. But the
Right.
power of Krishna's name is so much, like it gives them so much of power. So I was really impressed by the way
Absolutely.
they do that,
Yeah.
and I can hear, like I can see that now. The right.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing. This actually encourages everyone. Um, yeah, so bhakti is very simple. That's what we were discussing earlier, that bhakti is very simple. Only it's just we make it very complicated. So, yeah, Krishna's name is very powerful. And another example, one Maharaj had given, another Maharaj, that if the electric wire is open and current is flowing through it, so even if somebody doesn't know and they touch it, then current will flow through them.
Mhm. Mm.
So even if we don't know the power of holy name, and if we touch the holy name, current will flow through us definitely. Only we need to have faith that yes, this is it. What Shastra is saying, we need to take it as it is. That's it. Okay. So I'll read the Sanskrit. Prabhu, if you want to continue.
Sure, Mate.
यत्पादसंश्रयः सूत मुनयः प्रशमायनः सद्यः पुनन्त्युपस्पृष्टः स्वर्धुन्यापो अनुसेवया Yat whose pada lotus feet samshraya, those who have taken shelter of Suta, O Suta Goswami, Munaya, great sages, Prasha Mayanaha, absorbed in devotion to the Supreme, Sadhyaha, at once, Punanti, sanctify, Upaprashtaha, simply by association, Swardhuni, the sacred Ganges, Apaha, water, Anusevaya, bringing into use.
Translation. O Suta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. Purport. Pure devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the waters of the sacred river Ganges. One can derive spiritual benefit out of prolonged use of the Ganges water, but one can be sanctified at once by the mercy of pure devotee of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that any person, regardless of birth, as Shudra, woman, or merchant, can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, and by so doing can return to Godhead. To take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord means to take shelter of the pure devotees. The pure devotees whose only business is serving are honored by the names Prabhupada and Vishnupad, which indicate such devotees to be representatives of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone, therefore, who takes shelter of the lotus feet of pure devotees by accepting the pure devotee as his spiritual master can be at once purified. Such devotees of the Lord are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in the most confidential service of the Lord. For they deliver out of the material world the fallen soul, whom the Lord wants to return home, back to Godhead. Such pure devotees are better known as wise lords, according to revealed scripture. The sincere discipline, the sincere disciple of the pure devotee considers the spiritual master equal to the Lord, but always consider himself to be the humble servant of the servant of the Lord. This is the pure devotional
Right. So the essence is like association of pure devotees
path.
is extremely powerful. It can immediately sanctify, but those people who take bath in Ganges, then they think that their sins will be removed. So that takes longer. You know, the tendencies don't go just by taking bath in Ganges, but by association, the tendencies also go away, the bad tendencies. So therefore, one who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Lord, he can sanctify anybody, and that's why it is said that such devotees are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in most confidential service of the Lord. So what is that confidential service? That confidential service is to help the people who are suffering in this material world because of the fallen condition, to bring them to a higher platform, right, to the platform of Krishna consciousness, which is like a most elevated platform. So those people are really these pure devotees, these sannyasis that we see, or Srila Prabhupada we see. Um, so those pure devotees are kept equivalent to Krishna by their disciples because they are representatives of Krishna, and only through them we have access to Krishna. We don't have direct access to Krishna. So that's why it is stated that one sages who have completely taken shelter of lotus feet of Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them. So lava matra sadhu sangha means like ek kshan, little bit sangha of sadhu who is a pure devotee can purify us, can purify somebody. If you will read those books, Chasing the Rhinos with a Swami and these kind of books, so it is written by Sham Sundar Prabhu. Please read it whenever your time permits. You will know that like these Western devotees, they didn't know much at all, but just because presence of Srila Prabhupada was so powerful that they were, drowning into all these, bad habits because they were frustrated. They were finding for something really good. So they took up to bad habits. And it's very hard to, pull somebody out of bad habits. It's so hard. We can talk about ourselves. So many times we decide something that we will do this from tomorrow or regulate ourselves, but it doesn't happen. It happens very it's very hard. I mean, so this is all conditioning, like layers of conditioning is there. So the thick covering is there, right? So how much ever we try, we fall trap into similar kind of habits or tendencies. So therefore we need to have the shelter or association of such person, so they can help us sanctify immediately. So this is very important verse to, and which association should we get? Okay, so just this
Mataji,
last, yeah.
and
Go ahead.
this is this question like there were questions the I think the in the Nemi Sharanya, like those
Yes.
people are asking. So
Uh-huh.
this is the answer to that, like these
No.
questions.
So
Okay,
in the middle of those questions, they are even like appreciating Suta Goswami, and also telling the glories of chanting the holy name, because they
got
just asked about Krishna's appearance. So
Yeah.
now they glorified his name also in the
Got it.
next verse. So currently we have read three questions, but yeah, in between these verses also they are speaking.
Got it.
को वा भगवत तस्तस्य को वा भगवतास्तस्य पुण्यश्लोकेऽद्य कर्मणः शुद्धिकामो न शृणुयाद्यशः कलिमला कलिमलापहम् कह हु वा रादर भगवतः of the Lord tasya his punya virtuous shloka idya worshipable by prayers karmanah
Hmm.
deeds Shuddhi kamah, desiring deliverance from all sins, na not shnunyat, shrunuyat, does hear yashah, glory, kali of the age of quarrel, maha mala apaham, the agent for sanctification. Who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of the age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear the virtuous glories of Lord? Right? So, anybody who is desiring to be free, deliverance means what? Free, getting free from the bad miseries of this age of Kali. So, if these persons, then they will definitely want to hear the virtuous glories of Lord. But now this is how nicely Prabhupada translates. Just take a look. That do we even have that desire? So the translation is like, who is there desiring deliverance from the vices of age of quarrel, who is not willing to hear virtuous glories of Lord? So if we are not inclined to hear the virtuous glories of Lord, then we don't have sufficient desire to be delivered from the vices of this age of Kali. And the major reason for that is we have adopted to these circumstances, right? We feel that, okay, birth, death, old age, disease, all these are just parts of life. That's fine, you know. And many old people, their false ego is very big. So what happens is when they are dying, they are on the deathbed, they are thinking of something related to themselves, keeping them in the center. So what happens is they come back to this material world, and this samsara cycle of samsara chakra is going on and on and on and on, right? So one who has adopted to these bad circumstances, people like us who are like okay to do, like they have good families, health is okay, they are earning well by Krishna's mercy, everything, such people have more danger, because we can easily slip into complacency that, oh, everything looks good, fine, I'm doing good. But no, we have to see where we are and then what next step can I take. So my Guru Maharaj always says that you don't have to be in anxious zone, like you don't have to stretch too much, but you should not also be complacent. You need to be in a little bit of stretch zone, little, which is like tolerable for you or doable or feasible, right? So we need to think that, okay, I'm able to do this much, what additional I can take, to go closer to Krishna. Okay, so quickly, let's see how long is the purport. Okay, little bit, I'll quickly read. The age of Kali is the most condemned age due to its quarrelsome features. Kali Yuga is so saturated with vicious habits that there is a great fight at the slightest misunderstanding. Those who are engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord, who are without any desire for self aggrandizement, and who are freed from the effects of fruitive actions and dry philosophical speculations, are capable of getting out of estrangements of this complicated age. The leaders of people are very much anxious to live in peace and friendship, but they have no information of the simple method of hearing the glories of the Lord. On the contrary, such leaders are opposed to the propagation of glories of Lord. In other words, the foolish leaders want to completely deny the existence of the Lord. In the name of secular state, such leaders are enacting various plans every year. But by the insurmountable intricacies of the material nature of the Lord, all these plans for progress are being constantly frustrated. They have no eyes to see their attempts at peace and friendship are failing. But here is the hint to get over the hurdle. If we want actual peace, we must open the road to understanding of Supreme Lord Krishna and glorify him for his virtuous activities as they are depicted in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, what is the main thing is to glorify Krishna and his activities. Only if that much we can understand, then we will get above of all these things. Because Prabhupada is saying that where is peace? Right? They are making so many efforts, United Nations. But he says that I don't see a United Nations because they are adding the flags every time. There should be one flag that means united, and that can happen only when there is one father, right? Universal brotherhood is possible only when there is one father. Otherwise we see that these wars are going on for 2 years. Ukraine war is going on, more than that probably. And so much unrest is there, right? And many countries do not even allow to utter God or God's name. And they just, what to speak of glorifying the God, glorifying God. They just deny it. They give punishment to those who are spreading, such activities, God conscious activities. So very degraded condition. So for us it is very for us it is very important to understand that we should glorify Krishna whenever we get a chance. In our heart we should always glorify Krishna and his activities, and best way is to chant the holy names, right? Okay, so we will stop here. Let's see, there is a little bit of time. If there is any discussion we can talk. Anybody wants to share anything from the 4 verses we did today? Let's see. Yeah, eagerness to hear. And then they talked about holy name, and then devotees versus Ganges, right? So they talked about association. And
Hmm.
who desires deliverance, he will hear the virtuous glories of Lord. So this way we completed 4 verses on to 16. No, nothing?
Okay.
Mataji, I just wanted to share one thing. The part where you say that the presence of elevated devotees like Srila Prabhupada helped, cleanse a lot of people. So that was, and I probably didn't say it right, but that is something that was very profound and
Yeah.
very encouraging.
Yes. And pure devotion is like they are just absorbed in love of Krishna. So just wanting to serve him always through everything they do. Thank you so much for sharing, Mataji. It is glorification of Srila Prabhupada also. Pure devotee.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Can I just say one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's related. It
Yeah.
is purely coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
But today morning I was listening to Prabhupada's lecture, and Prabhupada, in one line he says, about, association of pure devotee, and then he says, like how, I'm repeating, I may not be pure, but how I'm repeating what I've heard from pure devotee.
Mm.
And then he says, I'm definitely not. I mean, it's just so much humility,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, and like it's lectures are so short and he compresses so much,
Yeah.
but in such a simple way. But
Very
anyways, I
nice.
mean, I probably was not listening carefully, but the part where he said, I'm definitely not, I mean, that was like, I heard it clearly.
Very nice. So, yeah, you picked the important essence, important point of all the essences that Prabhupada was speaking. Yes, he kept the bhakti very simple, so people could very easily take it. Very easy. Yeah, and we also need to keep it really simple. Like Sachin Prabhu shared that the boy was saying that just chant. So we don't have to think too much like whether we are going into samadhi or not, because mostly we somebody might think that whether we are advancing or not. So it is again fruitive, right? What is there? I mean, we just need to serve Krishna through holy names. It's simple. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing. Okay, thank you all very, very much. So, Friday is Nityananda Trayodashi, and I really pray that we all go one step forward toward lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, and we all need each other's prayers. So, please pray for me also that my heart opens up for the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Marini. Hare Krishna.
Hare